Hello friends, today we are going to talk about the Contax T3. The Contax T3 is a compact 35mm film compact camera, which is Contax top of the line premium compact film camera, which we have right here. And this is a really special edition, which is the Contax 70 years anniversary edition. And this thing usually sells around the T3 usually sells around $2,000 to $3,000 on eBay right now, and it's growing ever since. So you better get your hands on this. So today we're gonna go over this one, which is my friend's. Hence, I'm wearing the glove because I don't want to damage this thing. Because he bought this like 3,000 or more, like brand new 70-year anniversary edition. So we're gonna go over the features and stuff. Starting from the front, we have a modern Carl Zeiss Sonar 35mm 2.8 lens. It is super freaking sharp, and this is compared to older version of the Contax T2 and T1. This one is among them the most sharp and the most modern character wise. So this is really powerful, and it's really small. It's usually just a palm size. It's one of the smallest compact film camera in the world, and it's a titanium body, black painted. And what's special about the 70 years anniversary, it is that you get this super cool 70 years engraving on this, and you get a super nice leather case, and you also have the font, which is engraved in their classic font, the rounded Contax T3, versus I happen to have a T2 right here. You see the difference? This is the modern logo of their usual font, and then this is the anniversary font. It looks more classic, and that's basically the difference between the normal version and the 70 years anniversary edition. And then also they have another beige slash champagne colored one that sells a little bit cheaper than the black one, because everyone wants the black one. How cool is that? And let's just go over the front. We have this beautiful lens, and it's retractable and it's protected by the cover. And you have your AF assist lamp. This is if I'm not wrong, it's a infrared focusing system. And I guess the only problem with the infrared system is it detects surface and then look through to it. So if you are focusing like beyond the glass, if there's a glass in the way, it will focus on the glass instead of the subject behind it. So that might be the problem if you're shooting a lot like outside the glass or something. You have your focusing system right here. You have your frame line illuminator, which takes in the sunlight and displays the frame line on your viewfinder. And you have your viewfinder and your light meter, your self timer indicator, and your flash. And on the top, you have your flash control, your mode dial. This got a couple of modes, which is really programmable using the screen and then the dial right here. And I'm not gonna go deep into the modes because you can find them online, and I don't really know how to change them, and it's a really hassle to change them. And then you have your compensation dial, which in conjunction with the mode dial, you will change the modes built in with this thing. So you have your dial right here, and then your AF lock. So you can just hold this to compose You can just hold this for focusing and then recompose using this AF lock and your 2-step shutter button. Note this is made of a sapphire crystal, so it's, I don't know, they chose that, but it's pretty cool. It never gets scratched, you know, and it's shiny. And then you have your main dial, which is the on-off switch, and then you just flip it to P. The lens will extend, and then you're ready to shoot. And if you want, and then you also have this aperture control on this ring, and it's got a lock for your A setting, so you have to press this down and then go into aperture priority. So it can go from 2.8 all the way to 16. And you gotta go back to P mode, program mode. It will select your automatic select your aperture and meter everything automatic, and just flip it back. You will just go in, and then your LCD screen on top that displays some information about the flash modes, and then your frame counting. And at the back it's just plain nothing. It's got a standard back, and then with a window that tells you what films are you in, and then you also have a date back that's optional. It's detachable in your viewfinder. And at the side have your door opening and your hand strap lug. And the other side is a battery door, which is really odd for this little camera, that the battery door is at the side. It takes a CR2 battery. It's not that common among this compact cameras, because they usually, like the Contax T2, the Contax T2 use the CR123 battery, and this one used the CR2, because they gotta accommodate with this compact size, so they have to use a shorter battery for this to work. Okay, so at the bottom we have a tripod mount, and then your contacts for your optional flash grip, which it communicates with the flash grip, and then you have a standard hot shoe on top. And also you have a manual rewind button. And that's basically it for this. And then so we talk about the inside. You just open the door. As you can see, just a really small, really short distance. This is one of the smallest film compact cameras. And you see the DX coding, so it kind of recognizes the film ISO, and then just you can shoot away. And then this is your data back communication points and your spool. But the only problem with the Contax T3, which got two versions, which one of the version is the 1 teeth version, and then there's a 2 teeth version, which indicates the teeth on the spool, which is right here. But unfortunately, my friend, he got his teeth broken, and he got the one with the 1 teeth, and the one teeth fell off. So basically it just rendered this Contax T3 useless. But what he did is he used a slight modification, just using a little screw and then screw into the spool, so it acts like the T to hook up the film. So I think this is pretty brilliant choice, because this basically just hooks up the fucking film like forever, because this protrudes really well outside. So I guess this is a better option. But why is it Contax doing this with it? So we've got a little problem. The battery ran out on the X-T3, and we're filming using like 4K 60p, so it eats battery like shit, and the body gets really hot too. Okay, so we continue with the T thing. So compared to the T2, this only happened in the T3. One teeth and two teeth, and as you can see, the T2. Look at this shit. It's full of teeth all around it. It's all around the spool, so it's like you won't have this problem. Two teeth, three teeth break off, you still have more. But the T3 got two. And and okay, let's just compare this two a bit. It's surely small size, and it's 2.8. Both of the lenses are 2.8. This is 35. This is 38. This is a little further. And this mode, which you have a program mode right here. So it's like automatic all the way, and you can choose your aperture. You can choose your aperture priority. But the T2 is like you're on aperture priority all the time, because the aperture is manual on this. So you're on aperture priority all the time. And then instead of the aperture dial, this is focus distance, manual focus dial, right here. To achieve manual focus, you have to use the manual focus mode and then select this to select your manual focus distance. So this is a bit, if you like manual focusing, this is not a good choice. And then when you turn it on, you have the option to do a do a focus feedback for you to see which one are you focusing on. Okay, so you have press. It will say, it will show you, it will give you a feedback. The lens will extend. See, the lens will extend to show you it's in focus or it's out of focus. If it's out of focus, it won't give you feedback. It will give you feedback. But on the T2, and you have the option to turn that off, to just have the viewfinder to tell you. But on the T2, you don't have feedback at all. You will just tell you in the viewfinder that whether you're in focus or not. So this is a plus for the T3. And I guess that's basically it for the T3, and then we will show you some of the sample photos taken by the T3 at the end, and I guess that's it. Thanks for watching.